My name is Lucky, and I'm here to talk about anime, TV shows, gaming, and all things fiction. And for my first video, we're talking about the king of manga himself, Monkey D. Luffy, and why he's great. In chapter 1, Luffy was stuck in a barrel in the middle of the ocean when pirates grabbed him in the said barrel and loaded it into Avita's ship. And I ain't gonna lie to you, at the time I thought Luffy was gonna be angry or upset about being captured. But no, he broke out with a huge smile, and ever since then I've been glued to him from that day going forward. But I knew since then he was gonna be special. If you want me to be honest with you, I lied. This video is about Luffy being great, but it's also about what Luffy means to me. I'm 22 years old, and I first started reading One Piece from my phone all the way back in 9th grade in Spanish class. And honestly, I had no friends at the time, and reading One Piece got me through a lonely time period where I was reading just by myself. Anyways, back to Luffy. I'm not trying to give y'all a sob story or nothing like that, you know what I mean? But the way Luffy views freedom and how he picks his crew, not because of their strength, but due to who they are, as people speaks to me. It's like, found family. And Luffy in the Straw Hats represents what it means to be, well, a found family. Speaking of family, Luffy doesn't let his own family impact his ideals, something I relate to with my own family. As you know, I like to be very independent and free thinking. In a weird way, I do feel like Luffy is a realistic character, even though he has a giant personality. He reminds me of Kanye, but in anime form. I don't know if that even makes sense. But he doesn't let anyone or anything hinder him mentally or even physically. This is the same man that got stabbed by a damn hook from Crocodile and still wanted a rematch for him. This is the same man that wouldn't stay down while fighting Rob Lucci just because his friend was in danger. The one time Luffy, however, was crippled mentally was when Ace, or this is a spoiler by the way, but when his brother Ace was killed during Marineford box, he was destroyed mentally and screamed for hours. And due to Rayleigh and Jinbei, he came back stronger than ever, just well rubber. But that was very corny. But usually with characters like Naruto, Luffy, and Asta, they'd be like, I'm gonna be king. I'll be king of the pirates. I'll be Kage. I'll be Wizard King. With stuff like that, it seems generic. But with Luffy, he actually has a goal behind his goal too. Unlike Naruto and Asta. And about that, he doesn't just want to be Pirate King just because. He wants to be the Pirate King because he wants freedom. And I feel like that represents a lot of people in life. People want to be free to do whatever they want to. And instead of just being shackled down to what they are used to, Luffy himself is defying everything around him, the world government, even other people's opinions, and actually chasing freedom by himself. He wants to be the change that he doesn't see other people doing. That's why I think he even rebels against Garp in that regard, as Garp is a part of the Marines. And speaking of Garp, I might get sidetracked a little bit, but speaking of Garp, he himself even rebelled against the Marines in small ways. He doesn't just become an admiral because he had to take the orders directly. He just sticks to being a vice admiral so he can have more freedom. Same thing with Luffy. And then speaking of freedom, same thing with his father, Dragon. Dragon is literally a revolutionary. That's literally the closest thing to being free or a free related job there is. He became a revolutionary so he can free other people. Now we do not know his backstory yet, but I know we can see that or know that it's probably something due to being related to freedom. That Dragon wants to free people because of something he's seen in the past. But circling back to Luffy himself, just wants to be free and do what he wants. That's why he fully support his crewmates' ideals and dreams, and that's why he also know what his crew really feel. Like, he's very empathetic. He's an empath. He knows what his crew actually feel. And for Robin, he knew Robin wants to join the crew, but she wanted, to give herself to CP9 because she thought it would be easier on everybody else. But he risked his life and everybody else's life to free her. And same thing with Sanji and Whole Cake. he himself knew that, hey, Sanji didn't want to get married or be in a situation. So what he did, he literally chased down Sanji and let Sanji kick him just to prove a point that, hey man, I know you don't want to do this. That's why you're crying. And that's why Luffy stayed at that tree until Sanji came back with food, because he know that deep down he knew how everybody felt. And I relate to that, me personally, because I feel like I understand how people feel around me, even though I may not understand everything how people feel, but I do understand that this person feel like X, Y, and Z. So I want to be more attentive to that. So same thing with Luffy. He understands people wants and needs, and he doesn't let it bog him down. Now this might honestly be my last point about Luffy, and the last thing I relate to him on with, but it's very simple. Luffy isn't scared, and he legit isn't scared, and he's not scared to fight nobody. He's not scared to chase his dreams. He just isn't scared to be himself fully. With any other Straw Hat, they got their own insecurities, their own flaws. But with Luffy, even though he do has flaws, none of his flaws are actually insecurities. He is fully and 100% himself, and that's one thing that I look up to Luffy as, because I want to be more. I want to be my own person. I want to be myself. I want to know how to be a fully fledged adult in this world, and that's why I look up to him. And I feel like after reading and catching up on One Piece all the way back from ninth grade, that helped me a lot. So with that being said, this is my first video, so it might be a little bit rough, but I would like if you guys like or subscribe or comment. We can talk in the chat and just catch up. But it's Lucky Uncle signing out.